Is it recording now?
It's recording now.
Sorry, I thought I recorded the strong back being removed, but I forgot to press the button. But the strong back is off and it looks amazing.
Look at that.
Looks bigger. Yeah, it's a lot bigger.
I'm happy we didn't go any wider.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, no wider. But no, I'm happy. I think it's gonna look good. So on the cabin top, because of the camber of the cabin, I can't run my trimmer bit alongside it to cut it flush. I could plane it by hand, okay, but the cabin is straight and fair, so I can just follow that line with a roller on the router. And I've made the right angle here for the router to sit on the deck, so then it cuts a square cut in relation to the cabin. We'll see if it works, I guess. Out of it's bent. Alright. It's good that I noticed that. Getting it back up, I'll just have to leave it. My router bit is bent. So there goes that. Plan is over. So Ifka's now going to saturate the seams of all the deck. She's got the hiccups while she has a mask on, so if you hear a little bit, that's her with the hiccups. Epoxy saturate is similar to Everdur. As I've explained, it's basically thinned epoxy. You got to watch out for your volume count in epoxy saturate. Make sure there's actually some epoxy in there, because quite often it's just mostly just thinners. It really gives off a big stink as well, so you need your mask on. And I'm going to run away while she's doing this. But this is just preparation for the seam compound to go in. And then we'll probably get some breaker tape to go in the seams. Cool, good luck. Nice. All the seams have been epoxy primed and cleaned out. We've roughed the seams again up with some sandpaper, and now we're going to apply masking tape basically everywhere to contain the collateral damage of Sikaflex. We all know how the black stuff gets everywhere when you're using it. So we'll tape up, prepare the seams, and then lay the compound in. We're using Fixtec DC. I'll just find a tube. It's called Fix 1 DC Teak Deck Caulking. We've gone into a wormhole of research with breaker tape. So breaker tape usually goes in the bottom of the seam, and the theory of breaker tape is that the Sikaflex or compound cannot stretch three ways. So with the breaker tape in the base of it, it can move sideways and it's not connected to the base, so you don't have tear out off the seams. The glue doesn't come apart because it can't stretch everywhere. But that is a thing of the old, for a few reasons. One is you can't buy it anywhere anymore, no one sells it. Two, Sikaflex have a big yellow sign on their data sheet saying important, breaker tape is not necessary. And Fixtec, the company we're using, do not advise breaker tape either. On our seam widths, some people thought our seams were too wide, some people thought they were too narrow. The seam width is also dictated by the data sheet of the compound you're using. So we can't necessarily make them wider or smaller because we're following the data sheet, which is sometimes the best thing to do because they've created a product and you follow the instructions. We all know how annoying instructions are, but sometimes it's good to do it. For something like this, we're not deviating from the instructions. We want our deck to be perfect. So we're doing what is advised, and the breaker tape is not advised anymore. From our research, it's a thing of the old. So we're just going to glue it in and hope for the best. We'll let you know in 6 years' time. That's when we'll really know. Tapey time.
I don't know if we'll do this with the full deck as well or not.
Don't know. It's a lot of tape.
It is a lot of tape. It's definitely less work than hours on the belt sander.
Yeah.
If you don't tape.
Less mess.
Less mess. And I think you have to try and do full run, it says.
Yeah, you can't stop, yeah.
There's no stopping, as I remember. And there's no putting any dust in the seams.
Good.
Oh, I was going to push. That would be.
Yeah, I'll just finish that one. Ooh. It's an interesting one. That's better. Getting the hang of it now.
Oh, I did put dough on it.
What do you mean? That's alright, it's alright. Blow it out.
It's too much.
It's okay.
Where did the dirt come from? So we're going to push it.
Yeah. It's a little bit messy, bit chaotic, and we don't have enough glue. That's okay.
There's lessons to be learned and everything.
Such is life.
Did you see that?
What's that snaky going in the bag?
No, it meant I flicked up a bit. It's not easy with gloves on.
No.
Are you ready?
Read this.
Ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready. Don't knock over the camera, Evie.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
Full run, full run. Pump it. Fill it up. again. So today we are going to glue the trim pieces on the end of the cabin and the sides and the back. Previously you would have seen a video where we steam bent or ironed and kettled and heat gunned some little bits of wood around to create a camber for the cabin. They were for the trim to cap the end grain of the cabin top. It's quite important to seal the end grain of these planks so that water can't get in there and sort of work its way in and crack and kind of explode. So that's the idea of this trim, and it'll look nice as well. So yeah, that's today's plan. We've epoxy saturated everything, and we will bed them down with Fixtec, Sikaflex product, sort of Sikaflex-like product called Fixtec bedding adhesive. It's a flexible compound, so hopefully that will give enough movement for the deck and the cabin to be allowed to move together and not crack the glue joints. Yes. It doesn't matter if it oozes down, like, it's more important that it's just sort of, it works.
Oozage, that's another word.
Squeeze, yeah, oozage and squeezage. So, the fun bit. Gotta find my hole again. Oh, sorry, Dad. Okay. The only issue being is we don't know the gappage.
Take it off.
Yeah, give it maybe spatch it onto the tape and then pull the tape, or